Hello, and welcome to another Zero Waste Switches video. Today's topic is going to be different ways that we can reduce and reuse before we need to recycle. Let's get started. The first way that you can reduce waste is to simply say no to collecting extra things that you will not be using on a daily basis. So this includes maybe bringing home 2 to 3 sauce packets for your fries instead of a handful of plastic waste that you will not immediately be using. You can also avoid hoarding things like free toothbrushes from the dentist or those toiletry bags from airplanes. Simply cutting down the amount of waste that we bring and collect into our own homes can motivate us to reduce our overall waste. One last tip is to plan ahead and anticipate our actions so that we don't have to accept the waste that we bring back into our own homes. Fiona will further elaborate on this idea in the next segment.
The world's excessive waste leads to a higher demand of natural resources and a polluted environment. Using reusable alternatives is healthier because it reduces air, water, and land pollution, and it limits the need for new natural resources. The small amounts of trash that one person can make can add up to 53.38 pounds in 1 year, so making small switches to your daily routine can make a difference. Americans use around 35 billion plastic bottles in 1 year, so you can make an easy switch from a plastic bottle to a long-lasting reusable one. It takes a really long time for a plastic bag to degrade, and even then it still absorbs toxins and continues to pollute the environment. So you can switch from a plastic bag to a reusable one and store it in your car so that's there when you need it. If you carry around your own reusable utensils, you won't have to say yes to plastic utensils from restaurants that come with unnecessary packaging. Instead of going through hundreds of plastic snack bags and paper bags, you can use a reusable container that you can wash and use for many years. You can also switch from a plastic straw to a metal one, a paper napkin to a cloth napkin, bring your own produce bag, switch bottle soap to bar soap, or bring your own cup to a coffee shop. These are all simple actions that can help you decrease the amount of trash that your household makes.
Hello everyone, I'm here to wrap up this video with one specific example of what I think you guys can do right now to change your waste habits, and that's takeout. So right now we are in the middle of a global pandemic, and that's very, very difficult to eat locally. So a lot of us have been starting to do takeout. Takeout is a great option if you want to support local businesses, but not so great for your carbon footprint because a lot of waste goes into taking out versus eating in. Now, if you aren't able to eat in right now, which is 100% understandable, just asking your DoorDash order on the notes or just whoever you're talking to on the phone to use less packaging would definitely help. For example, you don't need those plastic utensils if you're taking out to your house where you definitely have utensils, right? So why don't you just ask on the notes, hey, a little FYI, I don't need extra packaging. One thing that's really great is that apps like DoorDash and Grubhub have a little option that basically say that you want less packaging, and Amazon's trying to do this too. You can get your packages a couple of days later because all of your products will ship together, which uses less waste overall. So choosing little things that you can do to minimize your takeout option is super, super helpful, especially if you want to do the little things to get everything going together. I know that was complicated, but long story short, if you want to stop one big thing, doing little things can slowly chip away at it. And that's it. We wanted to conclude this video by just saying that at the end of the day, reducing your carbon impact is a lot like voting. One single vote in the midst of the 300 million people in America isn't going to do much, but a lot of single votes does a lot, and the same thing applies with your environmental impact. Sure, using a metal straw one time isn't going to significantly save the world anytime soon, but doing it a whole lot can save thousands of pounds upon your lifetime. And if you reduce your waste and you get some of your friends and family to reduce the waste by just a little bit, you can actually make a huge difference. One example of this is with the ozone hole in Australia. A couple years back, or a couple decades back, I have no memory. Someone, when editing, can add it on there what the time was, but there was a huge ozone hole, and people realized that the chemicals that were in their hairspray actually helped the hole get bigger, and climate change would have gotten worse with it. So the government started banning that chemical, and guess what? The ozone hole is closing. It's going to be done really, really soon. And it's those little things that stopping using your hair care products and just switching to another one can totally help. And the exact same thing applies here with the Great Pacific Garbage Patch and our wastes. So yeah, that was it. Thank you very much, and I hope you guys will like and subscribe and continue to watch our zero waste journey together. Bye!